Finding your voice, just like Matilda. When we talk about confidence in expression, I often think of Roald Dahl's Matilda. It's one of those stories that stays with you, not because of the magic, but because of how quietly brave the main character is. Matilda is a little girl who loves to read. From the time she's very young, she reads everything and anything she can find. Newspapers, storybooks, even classic novels from the library. She's curious, bright and imaginative. But the sad part is this: no one around her seems to notice. Her parents don't value learning. They care more about television and easy success. Her father sells used cars and brags about cheating customers. Her mother spends her days at the bingo hall. Whenever Matilda tries to speak, they laugh at her or tell her to be quiet. So imagine that. A small girl who has so much to say, but grows up in a home where no one listens. Still, Matilda doesn't stop learning. Every day she reads and writes quietly, and when things become too unfair, she finds creative ways to express herself, not by shouting, but through cleverness and humour. She puts superglue on her father's hat to teach him a gentle lesson about honesty. She mixes hair dye into his shampoo after he mocks her for reading. Through these small acts, we notice her confidence building. She learns that she doesn't have to stay silent when something is wrong. She just needs to express herself in her own way. Then comes school. Matilda meets two very different adults. One is Miss Trunchbull, the terrifying headmistress, who believes children should be silent, obedient, and invisible. The other is Miss Honey, a kind teacher who sees Matilda's potential and gives her space to speak and think freely. For the first time, Matilda's voice is heard. Miss Honey encourages her to answer questions, to share her ideas, to read stories aloud. Slowly, Matilda begins to speak with confidence, not just to Miss Honey, but in front of others too. When Miss Trunchbull bullies her classmates, Matilda finally decides she can't stay quiet anymore. She stands up to the headmistress, not through shouting or anger, but through calm courage and quick thinking. By the end of the story, she helps uncover Miss Trunchbull's cruelty and brings peace to the school. Matilda's courage changes everything. She helps her teacher, protects her friends, and finally earns the right to live in a place where her voice is valued, with Miss Honey, who adopts her. What I love most about this story is that Matilda doesn't start out confident. She builds confidence bit by bit, step by step. She begins as a quiet observer, then becomes a creative problem solver, and finally a young girl who can speak the truth. That's the heart of confidence in expression. It's not about talking loudly or being the best. It's about believing that your thoughts matter and finding safe spaces where you can say them. In every class at Mud Pies, I see small Matildas, children who are thoughtful but hesitant. Sometimes all they need is what Miss Honey gave: trust, patience, and an invitation to speak. When they feel heard, their language grows naturally, not because we tell them to perform, but because we help them express what's already inside. So for this month, if your child is quiet, don't rush to fill the silence. Give them space to think, to try, to find their voice. Confidence doesn't appear overnight. Like Matilda, it grows through encouragement, honesty, and safety. And when it does, expression flows in reading, in writing, in speaking, and of course, in life. Confidence comes first.